ordered this box of games from Limited Run last September and they have finally come. Inside this box is around $240 worth of special edition and games from Limited Run. And today, we're going to open them together. Let's get into it.
Kick us! Rush trips!
Hello again folks and welcome back to a very special episode. As today we're going to be unboxing an amazing package from Limited Run Games. So if you don't know about Limited Run Games, they were set up in about 2015, have been doing physical editions of digital games in a limited quantity for the past 7 years. And you get some games here you would not normally get physical copies of. And the thing is, the game you get on those cartridges and discs is the completed game. It's got all the updates, all the bugs have been patched out. There is the perfect way, if you want to collect physical, to keep these games in your collection. But there is a few things to remember when ordering from Limited Run Games. Most of the games are on a 4-week pre-order window. So you need to pre-order them within that 4 weeks. And then there's normally a 6 to 9 month wait for those games to turn up. A lot of people complain about this, but that's the thing. They basically get the pre-orders, then fill demand, then ship them out to you. Especially how I do it, because they're an American-based company, I normally build bundles of games and order 5 or 6 games together to save on postage. But it does mean sometimes I have to wait. That's why I'm super excited today, because I have a big box of games. We're going to open them together. But before we head off and unbox these games, I just want to remind you folks, if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. Please subscribe, as I put new videos out every Saturday live at 5, as well as bonus videos like this one. And really want you folks along for the ride. Now, let's jump into this box. Okay, here we go. And I've got to admit, I am pretty excited to open this box. As I said, I have waited since last September for this to come, but I knew it was going to be a long wait, and it just makes it all the sweeter when it finally turns up. So let's jump straight in. As I said, these games were around £240. I will put a value at the bottom of the screen of how much that is in pounds. And one of the things is, I always worry these are packaged fairly well. It looks like today these have been packaged really nicely. So bear with me. Yeah, these are done really well in here, so we can get rid of some of that. I'm going to take this to the side and we're going to start cracking into these games. So the first game we have is Quake for the Nintendo Switch. That's right, the absolute classic first-person shooter that is Quake. With a lot of these games, they do have reversible covers. And now, what I'm going to do, if you have a nervous disposition, please look away. If you're not in the know, a lot of people who collect Limited Run games do not open their games. They collect them so they can either, kind of keep them in their collection or sell them for profit. Thing is though, I'm kind of a person who likes to open my games, so I am going to dive straight into this one. So as I said, look away now if you're of a nervous disposition. And yes, we are in. And one of the reasons I want to do this is because a lot of these Limited Run games come with an in-game booklet. That's right. Something we haven't seen in video games for a long while. You actually get an instruction book in a lot of these games. This one, sadly, is not the most exciting. It's literally just the inner and outer. And as well, it does seem that this game does not have a reversible cover. But, I've been really enjoying a lot of these kind of old school FPS games on the Nintendo Switch. And I think this is a really cool way to play Quake. So yeah, we're looking forward to jumping into this one really soon. Next up, we have the first of 2 PlayStation 5 games. I know you're thinking, yes, I still do not actually own a PlayStation 5. Kind of when I ordered these back in September, I thought, you know what, by now I would have one, but soon. So the first game we have here is Bloodrayne Betrayal Fresh Bites. So the Bloodrayne games, I think, originated on the Xbox and PlayStation 2, and this is kind of a new one they've made. I think they've also released this on the Switch and the PlayStation 4, but I thought, you know what, I'm just going to grab it on the PlayStation 5. I don't really know a great deal about this one, but another game I have ordered from Limited Run is Bloodrayne 1 and 2. Sadly, they're still being made, so it's good to have this one ready for when they do turn up. So as I said, again, avert your gaze if you are somebody who keeps their game sealed as I'm jumping in. So this will actually be the first PlayStation 5 game I have ever opened. So it's quite exciting for me, to be honest. The first game of a new console. As you can see, I'm doing it incredibly gently, and we're going to jump straight in. And as you can see, once again, absolutely beautiful this, and it does have that kind of manual for the game, which I just feel like it's something they should have in games. This one is a little bit thicker. As you can see, it is a multi-page kind of booklet, which is just really cool to see. And yeah, obviously I'll put some footage of this game in the video, probably up to the side there. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to playing this one. I'm probably going to go ahead and play through Bloodrayne 1 and 2 and then jump into this one. But yeah, let me know if you've played this, because obviously a lot of these games are already available digitally, and I'm sure this one's probably pretty cheap on the digital store. Next game is from a game series I don't really have a lot of experience with, but it is an absolute legendary game in the limited run community. So the next game is one of the Shantae games, and these games were originally released on a Nintendo Switch, and the price of these was absolutely ridiculous. It's kind of your classic 2D side-scrolling kind of platform game. It looks really good fun. It's got that kind of old school vibe with a new kind of tinge, and yeah, the prices of these Shantae games are absolutely insane. It's a series I'd love to play, so I was really happy when they announced they're going to re-release these for the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. So as you can see here, I have the slipcase, which is going to hold all 5 of the games. You can see there is one already in here. So if you watch my previous videos, you'll know I've picked up Shantae Risky's Revenge already for the PlayStation 5. And you may notice, yes, this one is still sealed. That's because I'm going to wait until I get all 5 games to put into this slipcase. I'm going to open them all at the same time. I think it's probably going to be about another year until I can actually open them. So hopefully in that time, I will actually have a PlayStation 5. But with this order, I have got Shantae Half Genie Hero, the Ultimate Edition for PlayStation 5. Again, I have not played any of these games. Most of the time, when I play a game, I will wait for it to be released on a physical disc. So, you know, I can keep it in a collection and I can just play it to my heart's content. So it's really cool. I have now got 2 of the Shantae games in my slipcase. There is 3 more still to come. I have pre-ordered 2 and they're releasing the last one in August. So who knows, maybe by Christmas or early next year, I'll have all 5 games in this slipcase, and then I can't wait to play through them all in order on the PlayStation 5, as everyone loves. These next 2 games are kind of heavy hitters of this pickup, and yeah, so with limited run, they normally do kind of your standard cartridge or disc only, then they'll do a special edition, then they'll do a collector's edition. So what I've done with these 2 is gone for the middle copy, which is the special edition, which is about $69.99 in dollars, of course, don't forget. So both these games were $70, and yeah, I had to pick these ones up. These are some of the coolest special flight editions I have seen for a long, long while. These things are absolutely fantastic. I had to take these out very carefully. Like, shout out to Limited Run Games. These things are just packaged so beautifully, but look at this. Turok Dinosaur Hunter on the PlayStation 4 in an N64 style case. It's absolutely beautiful. Like, I've been waiting so long for these. I am such a huge fan of all of the Turok games. I was so happy when they re-released these. I missed it when they re-released them on the Switch. So as soon as I saw they re-released them again on the PlayStation 4, I had to grab them. And yeah, I am super excited to jump into this one. This is I just could not keep this game sealed. Like, this is the kind of game I think just needs to be enjoyed. So yeah, it's just such a nice special edition of this game. I think it might be quite hard to tell, but it's got like this foil on it. It's the contents as well, which makes this game so cool. Obviously, I'm going to be super gentle with these because they are so precious. And yeah, this is really difficult to open actually. Okay. Excuse me, I'm just going to take my time opening this. So, first of all, of course, we have the game. Yeah, this is a game that's been digitally re-released quite recently. I don't think it's even that expensive digitally, but yeah, I just wanted to have these physicals. So now this is probably the best way to play Turok Dinosaur. And again, let's just jump straight into this one. So I'm probably going to actually install this one pretty much straight after and jump straight in. Don't get me wrong, Turok is fantastic on the N64, but, you know, just to get the better draw distance, the slightly improved graphics, I had to pick this one up. And I just love the series. And yeah, again, jumping in, you have the cart disc there. The same card, just got N64 on the brain now. And of course, we have the manual. It's again, not the biggest manual, so it just has the controls, a little bit about the game in there, but I think it just adds to the game. Like, that used to be one of my favourite things, just heading home and just like picking up the manual and bits like that, just reading it on the way home. Also in here we have the official soundtrack, which is super cool. I actually remember the music being pretty decent in this, especially some of the early levels and the boss levels. So you can see 14 tracks on that one. But the coolest stuff is still to come. So I'm going to keep jumping in, and in here we have a massive Turok poster, which I'm going to unfurl here. Not really a big one for hanging posters in the games room, but yeah, this is a super cool looking Turok poster. Obviously that iconic cover of the first game. It's like folding up a map. You have to make sure you fold it exactly how it came back. And the final thing that comes in this collector's edition, and without a doubt, the coolest thing about this edition is this N64 cartridge replica. It's just so cool. This thing is heavy, like really heavy. Obviously it's non-functional, but you can see it looks exactly how the N64 game was released when it first came out on the cartridge. It's pretty heavy and bronze, and yeah, I just think this is the kind of thing I love about Limited Run, how they put so much care and attention into these collector's editions, and yeah, this is a super cool one. We're on to the final game then, and you can probably guess which this one is going to be, because, you know, it's kind of obvious. It is, of course, Turok 2 Seeds of Evil. Again, this is the $69.99 special edition, and again, it comes in this amazing N64 replica case, and yeah, it just looks, again, it's so cool. This one isn't quite shiny. It's very hard to see here. It is slightly embossed, but yeah, of course, we are going to jump straight into this one. Like, I can kind of understand people who do keep these games sealed. It's just always good to kind of have it so you can like go back and play some of these games like at your content. But I just get too excited. I've waited since September for these games to turn up, and yeah, as soon as they get here, I'm going to have to just open them up. So what I was saying, it does have a slight bit of a shine, especially like on the bottom there. Very cool again. I am going to take my time opening this up. This one's a little bit easier. And yeah, let's have a look what's inside this one. So again, of course, we have the game in the cartridge, again with that absolutely classic cover. It's just strange to see this on anything but an N64 game now. Just seeing like the PlayStation 4 logo at the top is quite strange, but yeah. Let me know in the comments down below, do you prefer Turok or Turok 2 Seeds of Evil? I think, gun to my head, I'd have to go with the original Turok. Even though Turok 2 had probably better weapons, I just think the original was just such an iconic game. Coming so early in the N64 days, and just the fact when it came out, it released in this country at £75. So expensive, but I digress. So, really, these Turok games haven't really gone up that much in price when you think about it. So, let's jump straight in. Again, just going to rip the bandage off. And yeah, jump in. So again, one thing that really annoys me in these videos when people kind of swirl the disc around. I'm not going to be doing that. So you can see the disc is in there. And of course we have the manual. This time, slightly thicker manual. I gotta admit, a little bit thicker this one. But yeah, that's one of my favourite things that Limited Run does, is just putting the manuals in these games. I think it's terrible now, to save a tiny piece of paper, they're just not putting manuals in games. It just seems really odd to me. It's just part of the experience, kind of artwork like that. It's just super cool to have that in a physical form. I do get art books for games, but it's just cool to have that kind of physical artwork. So yeah, again, we have the soundtrack. This time, we have 19 songs. That's another thing, I don't think Turok 2 Seeds of Evil, the soundtrack is quite as good as the original, but very cool to get the soundtrack, or once again, just to balance up. In the box, we have another really big poster. I actually think it's a fairly decent value for like $70 for like the game, the soundtrack, and all the bits that come in these games. I think they're worth it. This one's super cool as well, so I've just realised this is a double-sided poster. Again, I have to be very careful unfurling this. So you have this side here, so fighting off a couple of raptors, as well as cover myself up, the kind of iconic cover of the game. Again, I'm not really a poster kind of guy, but it's just cool to have these kind of extra little bits. I can't find that one at the minute. And the big thing in the game, once again, we do have this time a silver replica of the N64 cartridge. Again, it just looks super cool. It's just these kind of collector's editions, I do think they are worth spending a few extra pounds for. So the games, I think, when they first came out, were $35 each. So these ones are twice the amount, but I just think they're just a really nice way to... I'm not going to do it for every single game I buy from Limited Run, but these ones especially, I think are worth the price. As you can see then, Limited Run really put a lot of love into their limited collector's games. Like, these are all super cool. I love the artwork, I love the kind of special editions, I love the fact if they do like a collection they have a slipcase, and I just love the fact they have instruction books. But one other thing you get with Limited Run games which can hold a crazy amount of value is the trading cards. So if you buy a numbered Limited Run games release, you will get a trading card, and I've got my cards here. So first off, we have the card for Quake. As you can see, these are shipped in a card protector. I think you have to pay about 50 cents for these. And yeah, this is card number 3 of season 3. So these cards have been around since 2015. So you can imagine there's a lot of cards by now. And they have different rarities. So this is a silver. This is from Series 3. So it's actually my first card from Series 3. Next up, we have the Shantae Half Genie Hero card. This is a silver once again. If you are super lucky, you will get a gold. The gold ones do have a slightly higher price tag, but some of these cards are really, really quite in demand. This one is from Series 2, as you can tell from the back. Again, a really nice card. Next up, we have one from Series 3 from the Bloodrayne game, which I forgot the name of. Bloodrayne Betrayal, Fresh Bites. I quite like the design of these Series 3 cards. A lot of people don't really like the Series 3 design, but you know, I think it's quite good. I like the card once again. And you get another game card from Turok. So I had card number 6, again, from Series 3. I think I'm going to be quite disappointed. I don't think I'm going to get a gold card this time, but you know, it's just one of those things. That's what I love about these trading cards. You get a randomly selected card. It's normally 3 or 4 cards for each game. Here we have the card for Turok 2. Again, a silver. And from Series 3. One thing I did do with this one, I did buy a bonus pack of cards for Turok because, you know, it's a game I'm a real big fan of. I want to just get an extra set of cards. I think these were $10. And again, I'm going to just cut straight into these ones. But straight away, something that is quite exciting. The top card is a gold card. So that is what you're looking for down in the corner. The gold logo. I don't know if it's because I bought the entire packet of cards. You got one of these, but yeah, it's super cool to get, especially this is a game I really love. It's really nice to get that for Turok. Next up we have, see, some of the cards have slightly better designs, some have worse designs. Here we have a little raptor. That one's sideways, which is quite unusual for these cards, to be fair. Again, is a silver. Here's quite interesting from the same packet. So we have card number 86 and card number 87. So you get the same card. One is gold, one is silver, and one of these, being the gold one, is going to be worth a lot more than the silver card. And the final card I have is 88, another silver for Turok. So these things have a crazy demand. Some of the games, especially like the Shantae games, people will pay a lot of money for these cards. I just think they're a cool little extra that comes with a game. And you know, I'm a sucker for trading cards. I'm just a sucker for anything kind of collectible, so it's really cool to have them in the collection. There we have it then, folks. It's not that often I get an order this big from Limited Run. And yeah, the highlight for me definitely has to be this Turok 1 and 2. These are absolutely beautiful. I'm going to be looking out for a lot more of these N64 style special editions. They do them quite often. I think I have 1 or 2 actually pre-ordered already. And yeah, I definitely want to add more of them to the collection. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a little more free flow. You know, I might stumble over my words sometime. But, you know, I just wanted to feel a bit more organic as I'm opening these things. I'm seeing them for the first time, as you folks are as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button. Let me know which of these games is your favourite in the comments down below. Subscribe for new videos every Saturday live at 5, as well as bonus videos. And as always, keep playing the game. See y'all soon.